In this season of Go There, Eat That, we'll be flying to Detroit for some amazing food, family, and fun. Then we're heading down to Orlando to hang out with a mouse and catch some sun. Then we're gonna return to Las Vegas to try our luck with the new and exciting... Oh. Yeah. Well, none of that actually got to happen because, well, you know.
You're supposed to stay at home unless part of critical infrastructure or workforce. Now, if you want to engage in outdoor activity, you can. She said, but you still need to remain 6 feet from people outside the individual's household. Now, let's talk about the exemptions.
Yeah.
It is.
The newest trendy virus has spread fear and panic across the land, one cough and one sneeze and one unwashed hand at a time. But we're not going to sit around and do absolutely nothing, at least not until the government tells us to.
My name is Brandon Bishop, and just like you, I love food. It has always been my dream to travel this nation and abroad, discovering the very best each city has to offer. And that's exactly what I do. So with the magical snap of my fingers, I'm going to go there, eat that.
Oh, Colorado Springs. I've lived in you since 2006, and it looks like we are stuck together. But since living here, I've gotten to know hundreds of restaurant owners and staff, and they really need us right now. So this episode is for them and you, and to get you to go to them.
So instead, I'm gonna stay right here in Colorado Springs. Nothing is really open, but it's kinda open for now at the time of filming this. So by the time you're watching this, who knows what's going on, but we're not gonna let this shit beat us. Doesn't matter where we're supposed to be, we're where we're supposed to be. Does that make any sense? Kinda. Let's go places and do the thing that we do. So the best thing about living in Colorado, especially Colorado Springs, is the virus can't mess with this. The government can't shut this down. It's nature. There's families out here everywhere, and even though, you know, a lot of places are having troubles right now, you can come out here basically all year round. Even when it's snowing, it's still beautiful, and they're not gonna ruin this for us. But some parts of the city, and your city, and every city in the world right now are, let's just say, not fully stocked. Yeah. I need some coffee. So, it's not that easy to just go into a place, sit down, and have a cup of coffee anymore. Actually, right now it's completely outlawed. It's banned from doing so. We can't hang out in coffee shops. We can't hang out in restaurants. But they have to stay open. They have to make money. They have to pay their employees and stay alive until all of this passes. So, places like Wooglin's behind me, which has been around for, says it right on the sign, since '89. I was just a small teenager at that point. Probably not even old enough to drink coffee at that point. But they've been around and they're not going anywhere because they have this curbside thing. You can go in, you can order it, and you gotta take it with you. So you can eat your stuff, you can drink your coffee in the car or take it home with you. I need coffee now. Now. How you doing? Coffee! That's how we're doing. How are you, sir? I like your beard.
Thank you very much.
You have Quiet Riot playing in the background.
Absolutely.
It's my kind of joint, dude.
Right on.
Absolutely. So what's going on? You're still operational, even though we're
doing all right. You know, the neighborhood has been really amazing, and they've been reaching out, and it seems like we're a good food source for them at the moment, since grocery stores have just been overwhelmed, and everybody's thanking us for being here and pulling up, doing the curbside or walk-in takeout. We're doing well.
That's awesome. I honestly just came in for some coffee, but now it's kind of hitting me in the background. And you have burritos and breakfast burritos, or like there's my son. I love him. I love my, my business, my mom, and then there's breakfast burritos. It's in the top 5 with all the important stuff. So
our burrito is very large. It's a meal all on its own. It's got ham, egg, green chili, cheese, and potato, and then we can smother it in our chicken green chili.
Green chili.
Absolutely.
Well, since this is Colorado, and we need all the positivity we can get, smother me with your chili, man.
All right,
absolutely.
Man.
Does it help yourself type of deal?
Yes, it is. It's served behind you here.
Oh, nice. So people are just, they can come in, they can't sit and hang out.
No, not right now. They can wait for their order and take it out. Most people wait in their car or outside. Or you could just pull up and we get your car make and model and flip on your hazards and bring it right to your window.
Perfect. I mean, it's kind of better for you guys anyways. You don't have to clean up after anybody.
Yeah, we were thinking maybe it's something that we need to add later in the evenings.
So is this affecting business in a negative way whatsoever? Are you finding the positives and just kind of dwelling on that, or?
Yeah, well, it's of course negative, but everybody in the city is on the same playing field. We all have the same problem, and we all have similar solutions, and so we're just come in every morning, click on the open sign, and do the best that we can.
And crank the 80s hair metal.
That's it. It's whatever we want.
Are you sure I can't stay? Are you sure? I want to stay now. Oh, you got big burritos and 80s hair metal.
Just take long enough to order, you can stay.
And coffee.
Yeah.
Awesome. Decaf, no thank you. Wooblin's Estate Blend. Sounds perfect. This will ensure that we have a episode today. Ooh, that's good. And hot. Ooh. Now, usually these streets in downtown Colorado Springs are just packed full of people eating things and stuffing things into their face. There's every kind of restaurant you can imagine lining this, even this Tejon Street right here. And we filmed at like a ton of them. It's not easy right now to find a place to enjoy a meal. I mean, you can cook at home if you can find food on the shelves, but they're all open, but they're not really open. You can pick up food, you can have it delivered through one of those delivery services or whatever it is, but it's going to be an interesting episode for sure. And I'm running a red light. I'm that guy.
I have to admit, there's no complaints about the lack of traffic in town. There's one positive. Another is that we can still grab an amazing slice of pizza at Poor Richard's.
Do you have any concerns at all about being in touch with the public?
Personally, I mean, I just try and be as careful as I can, when I'm dealing with their money or taking the order. I always have gloves on. I'm constantly washing my hands, we have, spaces for people to social distance, stand apart from each other.
You want to do this with me?
Sure, why not? And, we have sanitizer everywhere. I mean, if someone came in here and they were obviously coughing and hacking, well, yeah, I'd be a little concerned. We probably would ask them to go outside and call us.
I mean, honestly, I feel fine about it. It's a little slow, but I think we're kind of making it through. At the moment, I have no health concerns. I'm feeling fully well as far as our staff goes. We're just asking people if they do have any sort of sickness to stay home, even if they feel they have a cold. So we're trying to take as many precautions as possible to keep everybody safe.
Poor Richard's doesn't just have an amazing menu and crispy, delicious, cheesy pizza. It's also a bookstore, a coffee shop, and a toy store all under one roof. But right now, only the restaurant is open, as everything else is closed and employees are laid off, and they need your business. And you need their pizza. It's easily the best in town.
Wow.
There you go.
This is lunch.
Do you need silverware?
I just need these.
All right.
They're
sounds good.
covered in hand sanitizer.
All right,
We're
all right,
good.
Thank you.
I might be the only person in the entire city of Colorado Springs who's having a sit-in, dine-in dinner right now. My goodness. I love Poor Richard's. All right, Laszlo,
Yes, sir.
how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing all right. How are you doing way over there?
We're doing social distancing. I think we're actually still too close, actually.
We are. It
Supposed to be 6 feet.
Should be 2 meters.
These are ridiculous times we're in right now.
Correct.
You're in the restaurant business, which you and Richard, who's the proprietor of Poor Richard's, but you've been here forever. What's going on in your world right now? You have to be in constant contact with people.
Certainly.
It's insane.
I think most people, unless they live under a rock, know what's going on right now.
Oh, absolutely.
And so we've.
But what's your take on it? What is people don't know what you're going? You're not just restaurant management and staff now. You're almost heroes at this point because you're out there. You're having to do this stuff. You're delivering a service that's still allowed to be delivered.
I don't know if we're the heroes. The medical workers and first responders are the heroes. So we won't accept
Come on,
that.
this pizza's delicious. You're a hero.
Good. I'm glad you're enjoying it. We're hoping that people still continue to enjoy it. These are tough times. We've already cut back staff. Obviously, our business is down over 80%. That's
80%.
Yeah, even in the toy store and in the bookstore and the wine bar cafe, and obviously our restaurant. But we are encouraging people. We still want to serve our community, and we feel we owe it to them. We also owe it to them to be safe, a safe place to go. We're redoing our business models so that we can do more delivery, more takeout, more curbside. And we also owe it to our staff. Unfortunately, we've had to let go many of the staff.
Because of this?
Correct, because of this. And so we are down to a skeleton crew, and we're hoping all the things that we do and we are going through right now will, when this is over, because it will be over, then it'll bring us back and make us a better business.
Do you think there's going to be once the floodgates are open again and we're allowed to be people again, do you think it's going to be a madhouse in some of these places like your own?
Who knows? Probably. Have no way of telling.
Personally, I think anything to get people to wash their hands and cover their damn mouth is a positive. I mean, it's a long run positive. It's going to increase health.
Right.
It's going to lower health costs and health care and stuff like that. But what are the other positives from your end in a business? Because it's not only a restaurant, you're also a coffee shop, you're also a bookstore, you're also a toy store, all under the Poor Richard's umbrella, which is awesome. My kid loves this place. I love this place. But what are some of the positives?
Well, let me again take it globally, and then I'll pull it back to our businesses. Globally, I think that humanity will become better, more caring, look out for each other more after this, because we've all been humbled and are being humbled. Also, I think that people are forced to find creative ways to do what they did every day and adapt to new things, and that'll make us better. I've heard of wonderful things with the environment, with the swans and dolphins coming back into Venice. Less pollution in China in the air from satellite. All sorts of things can be better out of this. The Republicans and Democrats, of course, kind of putting down their differences and working well together, and we don't see as much of that, or racism in the news. And so I think those are all the global kind of and national positives. For our own businesses, again, we're redeveloping our business model. We didn't have DoorDash as a delivery, for example, but we do now. We've worked out a great deal, but that'll probably remain after this. And so there'll be new aspects of how we do business, how quickly we can turn around product, all that type of stuff that we're learning now that we're not even aware of yet.
Are businesses in danger right now? I mean, big time danger?
Sure. A lot of businesses have already closed.
Permanently?
Some, if they don't have the means to stay open or pay their rent, yes.
So Steve, you're with DoorDash. I'm leaving Poor Richard's right now. I'm heading out to the next location. I wanted to stop you because are you in one of the industries now that's kind of banking off of this thing, or?
Well, so I've only been doing this for a week because my real job is closed down for probably till July or August.
Which is what?
We do AV for large conferences all over the country.
Oh, okay.
And so since large conferences aren't happening,
you do audio video?
Yeah.
Can you run an application real quick? I'll give you my card. I need some people, man. Because I'm losing all my people as well. They're all scattered all over the country. But I mean, how many of these things you do in a day? I mean, is it a good supplemental income?
It's making the ends. Well, I'm hoping that it's going to make the ends meet. But you know, I've got 2 kids in Catholic high school, 1 kid in college, and I don't have room for a dip in income right now. Right. So the AV company is my company, and my customers are just off limits until further notice.
I mean, worst comes to worst, you know, there's no food on the shelves and people are just going through you guys.
Yeah.
You can just say straight up, hey, I got robbed, and then your family gets to eat from everything you pick up, right? I'm kidding.
It's actually going pretty well. You know, it's better than nothing.
Leaving with plenty of pizza for the eventual statewide lockdown, now I'm going to stop at a place that I usually do my very best to stay away from. During this confusing and somewhat ridiculous time, we rely on our police. But how are they feeling about all this?
All right, Officer Newton. How are you, sir?
Good.
This is the sign of the times right here, huh?
This is a sign of the times. Yeah, we gotta make sure we're safe and prepared. So I gotta step a little bit away from you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Just
Social.
make sure.
This is still not, but we have to, a camera angle. Yeah. We have to, you know, we don't have multiple cameras because all the camera people are locked out.
Yeah.
So we have her. So we're good.
All right.
I got some of these because this is a food show.
All right.
And I've heard through the grapevine somewhere that, you know, donuts.
Yeah, there's old stereotype about donuts. I'm not really a donut person, but
neither am I. But it's just really funny.
I am a sugar person, and this looks pretty darn delicious.
It looks pretty good. So. It's from Hertz Donuts. They're still open. They're still delivering.
They're still delivering. So,
and that's kind of what we're doing with this episode since we're stuck home. But I wanted to get an opinion from the boys in blue about what's going on right now. How is this affecting not only your job, your livelihood, your family, but this could get really sketchy pretty soon.
Well, you know, it is impacting everybody, but I see you're going to eat your donut while I talk. It is impacting everybody, and it is nerve-wracking at times, but we just got to remember and just live in the moment and just be present. And that's what we're doing in this police department. We're going to be present. We're going to continue to serve. One of the things that we ask everybody to do is, since this is a food show, is support local businesses, because that's who's really stressing more, right? I mean, families that have been laid off, losing their income.
Exactly. We've talked to a lot of them, and they're all just like, let's just see how this thing, that's kind of what everybody's doing. It's just, let's see how this thing plays out.
Yeah.
But it could go 2 ways. I mean, what are your preparations for, you know, okay, this thing goes away in about a week or 2 or 3 months, whatever, and then everyone's civil as they've been so far. I've been impressed, at least in this city. It's been people smiling. Yeah. Oh, excuse me, I didn't mean to bother you. Excuse me. Oh, don't get too close. You know, it's kind of tongue in cheek, a little bit. There's a lot of funny memes on social media and everything. But then there's that other route it could go, where there's no more food. People are, you know, panicking. They're stuck, and when people panic and they don't have what they're used to.
Well, and that's what we need to encourage people. You know, it's not a panic. That's when communities come together. So maybe you have a little bit extra and you give somebody else something, you know, and that's what we have to do as a community. We can't panic. Even if it lasted for a while, we're okay. We're a strong community. We'll come together. We'll support each other. We've already seen that. We've seen the generosity. I mean, you gave me a donut, so.
It's a very good donut.
So that's the thing that we want to do, is just encourage people to be kind to each other and support each other. And I think we'll be okay.
You guys are always heroes, but then there's like times like this when a lot of the community leans on you. You kind of have to carry this community on your back. And that's all first responders. That's all bus drivers. That's everybody that's still going. Even restaurant workers. Mm-hmm. They're doing their job, but it's almost like a hazardous condition. Like when I was in the Army, we had hazardous conditions, you know, and you put ourselves in there. And granted, we got hazard pay and stuff like that, but just from all of us, we wanted to say thank you guys somehow, and at least feature you on this as well, and get your opinion, because nobody's asking you. They rely on you, but they don't ask you.
Well, that's okay. I mean, that's what we're here for. That's what we all sign up for. That's what everybody in this uniform signs up for. I don't need people to say thank you. It is appreciative. We'll still be there no matter what. You could have the crappiest day in the world, the bad day, we're going to be there. We're going to be there to support you. And that's what we need to do as a community. We're just going to come together. As you can see, I'm a glass half full kind of guy. And I think that's what you need to be in the moments like this. Is just be positive, support each other, and share a donut together.
Absolutely. Hertz Donut, still open, still delivering. Find a local place. If you see a cop parked on the side of the road, you probably can't just hand him a donut. It's probably not a good thing.
Probably not a good thing, but yeah, but just say hi.
Just say, hey,
appreciate that.
Thanks for what you guys are doing. Appreciate it. And then eat your donut in front of them while making eye contact the whole time.
Fair enough. Don't be creepy about it.
My kiddo and I adore us some German food, and there's a couple places in town. But for us, Schnitzel Fritz is the closest to home.
I don't want to bother the lady because she's back there by herself. And there's actually traffic coming in and out of the door, not just us, but Schnitzel Fritz. If you're in Colorado Springs, Schnitzel Fritz, German food, fantastic. Little joint, little deli in here as well, good desserts. I absolutely adore this place. I come here all the time. My kid loves this place. So if he likes it and I like it, then it's on the itinerary constantly. But yeah, it's another place in town. There you can stop in, pick up food and leave, but you can't do kind of what I'm doing right now. Sorry. Oh, can't eat in. Couldn't find a picnic table. Super hungry. It's designed to be apocalypse, man. You do what you can. Schnitzel Fritz is sauerkraut. I mean, honestly, the city is bustling right now. It's cars everywhere. It looks kind of normal, so I don't know if people are just itching to get the hell out of the house or trying to get stuff before the whole state gets locked down. I was going to talk to my friends here at El Taco Ray, who we featured on this show before, but I think in season 1 maybe. And they're shut down, so I hope they're okay, but I was hoping to grab a taco while I was here, you know. But instead of tacos, I guess I'll be grabbing some, grabbing the dumplings. Lucky dumplings. I'm going to be grabbing the lucky dumplings.
In Colorado Springs, there's a thriving culinary scene featuring many bright spots and inspirational stories. When I first met Brother Luck many years ago, he was just making his mark in this community, and now he's one of those people that everybody knows and serving food that everybody loves. When I heard that he got into the dumpling business, I had to make this happen. The Lucky Dumpling is open, people. Call them right now. Go pick it up and then thank me later.
Brother Luck.
Hey, what's going on?
I finally have one of our cameras on your face. We've known each other for years at this point.
Yeah, it's been crazy.
It's been insane. You're always busy. I'm always busy. Our schedules are like,
since day one.
It took the Black Plague of this century to bring us together over some wonderful dumplings. We're at your place. How many restaurants do you have in town now?
I have 2 restaurants. I have one restaurant called 4, which is downtown. It's our upscale restaurant focusing on Southwestern food.
Which is amazing, by the way.
Yeah. Great storytelling there. And then we have Lucky Dumpling, which is kind of my casual hip-hop spot, focusing on dumplings and just anything I like from Japan and China and traveling through
Where did
Asia.
you figure this process out? Because we've filmed like a dumpling place up in Seattle called the Dozone Dumpling House. And they had an army of people back there.
Yeah.
With, doing the thing.
Exactly.
And you got a couple guys working back here. You're getting ready for the... so you're delivering?
Yeah, right now we're working on curbside. So, call in, pick up. Just trying to get through these tough times that everyone's facing. Writing custom menus every week. So, just kind of depends on what we're putting together. We're kind of taking, a day like today to just get ahead for the whole week, and be creative.
Awesome. And I skipped over the question already, but I'm going to put one of these in my face, and I want you to tell me why you were inspired to do these things, because this is like one of my favorite. Like, I want 100 of these. Like, literally. I know you're not making them today, but I want 100 of these. I'm coming back as soon as you do the drive-through thing. And I'm just going to literally, until I pass out, then wake up and then finish them. That's what's going to happen. So tell me, how Brother Luck got into the dumpling business while I get into your lucky dumplings.
You know, when I was a young boy, my father used to take me to eat dumplings. I grew up in San Francisco, and it was one of our things, and it's just something I've never forgotten. It's one of my earliest childhood food memories. So when I went to culinary school when I was 16, it was one of the first things I asked the chef to teach me how to make, who was this old Chinese master chef, and he taught me how to make pot stickers. So, you know, forward in my career, traveling through Asia, working in China, working in Japan, you get to experience dumplings of all different styles and flavors, and I always wanted to put my own spin on things. You know, I don't want to make traditional, I want to make it mine. So coming back to Colorado Springs, I didn't really have a spot where I could go get dumplings, and yeah, it just kind of worked out that we were able to do it.
You're like you hate the word celebrity chef, I think you do.
Yeah, I'm not a celebrity.
I know you don't think you are, but everybody knows you. Everybody loves you.
No,
I love you. I'm gonna, especially after that dumpling, I'm hugging you before I leave. I don't care about social distancing. I'm getting in there. I'm grabbing me some Brother Luck.
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude.
No, it's, you know, the community's everything. You know, my mentor taught me years ago that restaurant means to restore, and it should be about restoring the community, and I've never forgotten that. It's amazing, all the success and all the opportunities, but at the end of the day, like, you know, we're still cooks, we're still servants, we're still in the hospitality industry, and, you know, we're here to entertain. So.
And now you're mentoring other chefs.
It's crazy.
So you're kind of paying it forward to the next generation.
I'm an old guy. It's, my Alf jokes don't make sense.
I don't know if you're old or not, but you're definitely grizzled. You're a grizzled vet at this point.
Yeah, it's 25 years. It flies by.
So how, you know, the elephant in the city, or in the country, the elephant on the planet at the moment, how is this affecting what you're used to doing as far as just running your operations?
Yeah, man, this is heartbreaking, you know, and I know it's a global issue. It's something that is not just one restaurant, it's not just one city, it's not just one country. This is affecting the world. You know, I think the challenge is I don't think the small business was considered when we started discussing these shutdowns. You know, how are we going to allow these people to survive? How are we going to make the payables and the payrolls and, you know, the rents and the things that we need to do to sustain our businesses, to continue our businesses? You know, we keep talking about big bailouts for major companies, but, you know, we're getting the offer of, you know, here's a loan with 3.5%. Like, you're just going to put us in more debt. It seems. I don't know.
That's really a thing?
Ill prepared, absolutely, yeah. And, you know, I had to lay off 100% of my staff. I mean, you know, I got people in here volunteering to help me out to survive right now, and, you know, we're making it happen, and we're doing what we have to do. And, you know, my biggest priority when we started was make sure that we pay the people the money we owe them. So last week was about hustling as hard as we could on bare minimum, raising the $35,000 that we needed to pay for all the people who have worked for us up to this point. We were able to do that because our community is amazing, and now it's about, okay, let's develop a business that can be sustainable during this time, and start paying off our small businesses, and start paying off our small farmers, and, you know, the little guys that need the money, and then the big corporations can get the second portion of that on the back end. But, you know, when all of a sudden you got $80,000 worth of debt and no income coming in, it's a real scenario for a lot of people.
And it goes up because you have people to pay, and they have people to pay, and then it goes down because you have employees, and then they have families, and then you know, they have dogs and need dog food, and, you know, the whole thing. So it's everywhere, and but that's the negatives. What, if any, and I know there is, like you said, a community coming together, supporting people that they love and each other. What are some of the other positives that we can look back in when it's a Facebook memory that we scroll through and we go, oh wow, that sucked?
Yeah.
But what are some of the positives that we're going to recall and figure out if we haven't already?
Yeah, you know, my whole story is about, you know, I use the term no luck's given, but my whole story is about perseverance, courage, strength, commitment, you know, never giving up. And I think that's what we're all going to walk away from this experience with is, you know, we came together as communities, and we survived, and we helped, and we shared, and we showed love, and we dropped walls, and we became vulnerable. And I think that's something people need more of in this world. Like, we were so separated when it came to actually being able to be socially close. Now that we're distant, you know, people are putting down the phones, or they're becoming more interactive on the phones, and you know, actually having real conversations. It's just not perspective or perception anymore. Nobody's creating these false realities.
So discover yourself.
Yeah.
Rediscover your family. Rediscover nature. And while we're still open, who knows what's coming next? There's states that are completely shut down.
Yeah.
Now, does that pertain to what delivery services like yours? Or?
Yeah, you know, Colorado, currently, Denver did the mandate yesterday that we are going to do a full quarantine, but restaurants that are doing curbside are still considered essential businesses. So we still get to feed the public.
So you can sneak out of the house,
call us up,
Grubhub, or whatever.
Call us up, schedule a pickup time, check out our menu on our website, luckydumplingco.com. We're writing them every week, and we're just doing cool stuff. So, you know, we're gonna be here surviving, and you know, trying to keep you from going crazy in your house cooking food that you don't know how to cook.
Right.
Just a 15-minute drive north on a somewhat empty I-25 at rush hour, there's a small, out-of-the-way, speakeasy style of joint that pours the best moonshine your friend here, Brandon, has ever slowly sipped.
Mike, it's been a long day. It's been a good day. I can still go all over town. I can still eat at some of my favorite places. It's not the same. You can't dine in. You have to kind of show up and they give you food. You run away. Actually ate a meal in my car because I didn't feel like going home before coming here. But how are you doing? I mean, this is a little bit of a different industry right here. You're hawking moonshine. And I mean, is it kind of the same rules? They show up? I mean, because I know we're not supposed to be sitting around the table if I was a regular customer, but
it's been challenging in some areas. I mean, this is a place that in the last 5 years has been a great place for social gatherings, people getting together in the community and talking and visiting and things like that. We've had people come here and get engaged. We've had people come here on their first date.
Well, I love this place because when you're driving up here, you're like, where's this place at? And then you turn around and you see you got an awesome little front of the store. And then you come in and you're like, I'm in an old Western saloon, like, but it's not. It's like some industrial park. So you're a little, like, I'm not going to say a hole in the wall. That's a terrible thing to say, but it's kind of just a little hole in the wall out of the way.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, and that's kind of what we wanted to do when we first opened. We wanted some places a little bit hidden, have that kind of speakeasy, that hush-hush kind of mentality. And we've had people come in and they one of the first things they say, I've been trying to find you for years. Well, we do have signs at the entrance to the parking lot, so you can find us. We're on all the Google searches and Google Maps and our website and social media and all that stuff. But yeah, this is kind of the atmosphere we want. Since we make it moonshine, that's what moonshine was. It was something that was hidden and in the woods, and it was hidden in speakeasies throughout Prohibition. So, and then with everything that's going on now, we brought that kind of speakeasy tradition back with a peephole in front. You can actually do your entire order from our peephole.
Oh, you got a peephole?
Yeah. Well,
that's awesome. I've never seen your peephole before.
Most people haven't seen my peephole before.
Well, you know, honestly,
try and keep that close.
No, but sometimes you need to expose your peephole, and then you. So any reason to come out here and get this apple pie stuff, and I'm going to tell you a true story. This isn't lip service because you're sitting next to me. The cameraman will even agree, camerawoman will even agree that everywhere we film, we always kind of sneak in a little, little spirits on the side. And I'm always talking about this one, and I can never find one apple pie one that measures up. I mean, we just left Gatlinburg for the first episode of Go There Eat That for season 3. And we were going to film at 2 different places, and I said, it's just not as good. So I'll wait till we do something in the Springs. And now, since I'm locked in, basically, it's the zombie apocalypse, we're all, screwed over, it gives me an excuse to come out here and hang out with you and take one of you. I'm taking this home, baby. This is my baby right here.
I know.
It's not true, but do you think your sales would go up if we told people that this cures that whole virus thing?
People believe what they want to.
There's alcohol in it. Alcohol kills germs.
Cure, but I tell you what, it does help put your mind at ease, and you can deal with things a lot easier. I know I do. The part that's not usual right now that we're really struggling with is our employees, our family, moonshine family here. We have 4 bartenders that are now out of work. So we're trying to find them work any way we can, and I'm trying to pay them whether they're working or not, because they rely on this income as their day-to-day, to pay their day-to-day bills. So we're doing everything we can there. That's why we're doing this hand sanitizer thing.
What's the hand sanitizer thing?
So a lot of distilleries are now converting some of their spirits into hand sanitizer. In a way of providing or filling a gap right now. There's a lot of places that need it, and a lot of folks are running out. So we just got our bottles in today. I'm waiting for the aloe vera oil to be shipped.
So you just grab some of this right here and just pour it on your hand. It seems like a waste to me, brother.
We're putting it in a squeeze, but it'll only be in a 2-ounce squeeze bottle. But what
Do you have different flavors and stuff, or?
No, because you can't drink it, man.
No, not drink, but they smell like an apple pie.
Yeah, right now we've got some different scents that we might put to it, but right now we're just trying to get it out. We got a list of organizations that need it really bad. We got care facilities, we got retirement homes, things like that really need it. We got a couple clinics here, hospitals. They really need it, and they don't have the funds for it. So what we're going to do is, for every bottle we sell, we are going to donate a bottle to one of these organizations. We want to engage the community to come out, and if you can afford it, please buy it. If you can't, we're going to give it to you. That's what we want to do.
So you're the bright side of all this kind of stuff. People like you that are just saying, hey, I'm struggling to keep my business open, but I'm still going to do a little bit more.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's
it's going to come back to you in the end.
The community has done so much for us over the last 5 years since we opened here. What we've been able to do in this industry, in this business, is due to our loyal customers in the community. So we want to give back. I know everybody's hurting right now. I think there's a lot more hurting worse than us, and we can afford to give back right now.
Oh, hey. So, I've got my burrito from Wooglan's this morning. I've got little Poor Richard's pizza left over. Little self-defense if needed. I got a hobby. And I've got all the supplies I think I'll ever need. The state's shut down. As we've been filming this, they made the order to shut down Colorado. So we've got the statewide sit on your ass policy going on right now. And I think we should all make the most of it. At this point of the show, I usually tell you, don't just wish you could go to the places that I'm going, or if you see something online, don't wish you could do it. Go there, eat that. But right now, I'm gonna go ahead and say stay home. Reconnect with yourself, reconnect with nature if you can, reconnect with your family and friends, and make the most of this. Find the positives in this big, ugly negative. And soon enough, I will be telling you to go there and eat that again and again and again throughout the rest of this season. But yeah, let's find the silver linings together, and I'll be back sooner or later. Thanks for watching.